Godbreakers is an action roguelite where the main hook is that you can steal powers from enemies and then blow them up with their own abilities, which is pretty cool. The game supports up to 4 players online, but you can play solo if you want. So here's how it works. You pick an archetype, which is basically your class. The Lancer is your standard balanced character with a spear and gets 20% more sword slide, which is the resource you use to absorb enemies, while the Pillar uses this huge battering ram and is of course slower but tankier, with higher defense stats. There are other archetypes too, like Duelist, Striker and Reaper, and each one has different weapons and stats. The combat system is all about cancelling your moves. You can dash or use special attacks to instantly cancel whatever you're doing, kind of like those character action games where you're constantly chaining stuff together. There's no hit stun on enemies, so you need to stay mobile and keep moving around. As you hit enemies, a meter fills up. Once this meter reaches 100, you can absorb that enemy's ability. You basically grab them, do this explosion attack called a Godbreak, and now you have their power as a one-time use ability. So you can, for example, steal a beam attack from one enemy, a bite from another, or a ground slam. After you use it once, it's gone, and you need to absorb another enemy. Some fragments can give you a chance to instantly refill your sword slide, so you can potentially chain multiple powers back to back if you get lucky. You also collect these colored item fragments during runs. They give you passive bonuses like more explosion damage, poison chance, crit buffs, that kind of thing. Each color can only have one fragment equipped at a time. You can upgrade these fragments at shops using crystals, and upgrading them unlocks additional effects on top of the base bonus. The game has 6 different biomes that you fight through. There are also these locked mysteries scattered around that you can't access in the early game, so they are most likely tied to meta progression. Between areas you'll find shops where you can buy new fragments, upgrade existing ones, or sell stuff for crystals. The boss fights are multi-phase encounters. The first boss had you attacking 4 tentacles before you could damage the main body. Then it summoned waves of smaller enemies while attacking you. These fights seem designed with multiplayer in mind too, since there were 4 weak points and lots of enemies to manage at once. The game's story is essentially that humanity created an AI to make the world better, but it wiped out everyone instead. Now the AI is eating planets and going for the sun next. You're part of something called the Coven, and you're basically the last hope. So you fight through these weird alien worlds trying to stop it. The game has a main hub where you customize everything about your character. You can change armor, helmets, weapon appearances, and swap between archetypes. As you complete runs, you unlock new stuff permanently, like new abilities, cosmetics and characters. The game also has modifiers called Tangles that you can apply to runs, to make them harder or change up the gameplay for more rewards. So the game is definitely built for multiplayer, since the combat gets chaotic with multiple people, and the boss design kinda expects you to have teammates, but it's still playable solo, if that's your thing. And that sentence concludes today's video. If your time was respected, a like or comment is very much appreciated.